This is a demonstration of the Lucky Warrior Operational Governance Pilot developed for the U.S. Department of Defense in order to try and implement a mission planning and performance analysis capability using business process management technology. The pilot was focused on an acquisition process for acquiring forward operating bases, FOBs. There are 3 high-level activities in this process, and as I drill down, you can see there are decomposed sub-processes that take you into the more detailed layers of the FOB acquisition process. As I drill down into the lowest layer, you can see a rather complex analysis decision tree. Most of this process is implemented as a human workflow process. In other words, all of these steps are forms that a human being will fill out. Some of these gateways in the process, or decision nodes, will be automatically handled by the machine based on the rules that I just showed. Now I'll go over to the workflow area and show you what the workflow steps look like for human beings as this process is actually executing. For most of these tasks, there will be a simple description box for describing what they did during the activity. In the cases where they actually have to make a decision that's going to drive a decision gateway, in other words, a branch in the process, they will pick from a drop-down, as you can see here. From this view, you can also look at where in the process you are as you're tackling this task. I can go to the History tab and I can drill down into the same process that I showed earlier, and through the green and blue highlighting around the steps in the process, I can get to the end and see exactly what stage of the process is being executed at that point. Now I've come to an analytical dashboard that gives you a slightly different but similar point of view. In this case, the 2 grids in the top right-hand corner show you the same information. All the instances of this process being executed by the procurement and payment planning folks. If I pick event number 2 in the first grid, and as you can see event number 8 in the second grid, I can do a side-by-side comparison of the notes and the decisions made by the performers executing these processes, and I can analyze the effectiveness of choosing one action or one analysis over the other, and in making one decision over another in terms of the timeliness of the process, the results of the process, and so on and so forth. This provides an audit trail for the command to understand their performance in executing these types of activities.